Hello, welcome, and Happy New Year. This week we are going to be taking a look at the entire city, going through it, looking at all of the individual minifigure details and stories that have been made, and giving you a little update because things have changed since the last time you saw it. Now this video is going to get quite long, so I don't want this introduction to go on. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight in. Right, so I think we'll start with an overview of the city and we'll just talk about a few things as a general whole, and then we'll go closer in and look a lot at the minifigure details and the stories going on here. So first off, I just wanted to say, it's the end of 2024. Looking back over the past year, or less than a year actually, I started this channel back in March. And even back in May, there was a video that I released when I got these tables, I think around May time. I didn't have most of this stuff. This table looked pretty lonely. In fact, I took a picture. So we went from this to this. I mean, that's a crazy difference. I mean, just starting with the three Marvel modular sets in the back, and then expanding all the way down the tables to the point where I now have to go and buy more tables. I've pretty much almost filled every space. I could take one or two things out to make room for new things, but in order to like include the Animal Crossing area, which is behind me, I need more tables. So I'm quite proud of everything that I've managed to do. And yeah, so this probably does look a little bit different from the last time that anyone saw it on this channel. It would have been just over a week ago now. And I've shuffled a lot of things around, and yeah, it's looking really, really good. So for the minifigure stories, which we will go into in a minute, I do need to say a couple of things about that. Now, I don't get a lot of comments, so I don't actually know how much interest there is in this guy. But in order to understand a lot of the things that go on in the city and the planning behind it, you need to know Bob. Bob is the most powerful figure in this universe. He is responsible for pretty much everything that goes on in it. And I've just built him his own, the start of his headquarters over there. It's one of two MOCs I've included. Now, I will do a video on each of them to go further in depth in them rather than right now, because I don't want to make this video too long. So I won't go into them in terrible depth, but there will be a future video. So Bob, originally when I made this city, I said that I was going to make a pop culture city, and that was when I just had the Marvel buildings. And then I just sort of decided, why limit myself to just pop culture? Why don't I do, all the different Lego themes, do pop culture stuff, do just whatever I wanted. When I was younger, I made a base and it just had everything in it: Star Wars, random Lego themes, everything. So, and that was a lot of fun. So I decided, let's have fun, let's include everything. So Bob, he actually is a bit of a creative. He likes to build things. He's one of the original minifigures. He built a lot of the early stuff, but then he decided he wanted to include all the themes. He wanted to bring stories and pieces, Lego bricks, like Lego elements, from other universes so that he would have more interesting stuff to play with. This mission was actually given to him by an otherworldly power that gave Steve his magical powers, but I digress. I don't want to go into that too much. The main thing is that Steve uses the time twisters, and is it time twisters are the good? No, the time twisters are the bad guys. Um, the time guys with Dr. Cyber, um, they're using that and Steve to cut holes in space and time and bring forward different themes, different, Marvel from the Marvel universe, Star Wars from the Star Wars universe, and so on. That has now gone out of their control. As you know, a lot of these themes, like Marvel and even in Lego, you've got Hypaxos 8 does a lot of time traveling. Now, additional time traveling on top of what they're already doing is kind of messing with the space time. So now everything's going a bit crazy. That's the basis of what you need to know for the story, is that time and space is going a bit mental. Right now, it's starting to go out of control. So without any further ado, let's dive into the minifigures, and we'll start up in the original part of the city over at Marvel Street. Right, so starting down here in what day be known as Marvel Street. It does have Ninjago on one side at the moment. Starting over here, so we have two of Bob's white smiley soldiers there at the back, just keeping an eye on things, reporting back the chaos that's going on. Solid Snake has just popped into the universe. He was in a box in his other universe, and he's just popped out of it, and now he's going to be a bit confused about where he is. We've got Loki on the corner. We've got Miles fighting Mysterio here. The Wasp is flying in over here. We've got Spider-Man 2099 here, and Black Cat jumping off the building after having stolen some sort of diamond from the Daily Bugle. We've got this Green Goblin scene here, which is from the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, where the Green Goblin breaks into J. Jonah Jameson's office on his speeder and then threatens him, and then he wants Peter Parker to bring him Spider-Man. And then he flies away and breaks the window. So that's the scene that's been transported to this universe here. We've got Blade is also jumping into the fight. You've got Doc Ock here with the Iron Spider. Firestar up here on the top flying around. And so there will be multiples of some characters because time is going crazy. Things are coming from all over the Marvel timeline. So, you've got Spider-Man here, you've got different Avengers films and different parts of the timeline all happening concurrently. Down here at the front, we also have Sandman. He's being fought by this CMF Viking lady as some people run away. Security is calling for backup. This police officer is telling people to clear the streets. You've got a police car here and some people taking away the Ferrari driver on a stretcher. And then you've got Captain America throwing his shield at a Chitauri. That is from the first Avengers film for the Battle of New York. And then you've got Pepperoni from the Lego Island games delivering a pizza in the middle of all of the chaos. Thor is taking out a Chitauri with his hammer. We've got Loki catching the arrow from Hawkeye, who is just over there on that rooftop. Then you've got Black Widow on top jumping on the speeder, which she just got a lift from Cap, boosted her up with the shield, and then she jumps and lands on that. Then over in here, we've got Spider-Gwen fighting Venom. We've got my favourite Spider-Man suit, the big time suit, fighting Carnage. And then up here we have Storm. I need to reposition her, actually, because she was originally flying at Doc Ock, but now that the building has been raised, she's too low. Didn't notice that before. You've got Iron Man and War Machine flying off over here. You've got a bunch of people responding to War Machine and Iron Man fighting... oh, God, what was his name? The guy from the second Iron Man film with the electricity whips. You've got Doctor Strange fighting Evan Moore, I think his name is. It's Thanos' right-hand man. When they come to kidnap get the time stone from him. She-Hulk is down there. You've got Tony Stark, Robert Downey Jr. is the actor. Tony Stark walking out of the building with the suitcase containing the Tesseract. You've got Vision and Wanda down there. They're about to be attacked by the blue hair. There is, I forget her name, the blue-haired servant of Thanos that chases them down in the beginning of Infinity War. You've got one coming through a portal fighting big alien tentacle thing from Multiverse of Madness. You've got the scene from Avengers here where Iron Man jumps off the top of the Avengers building. You've got Miles up here skating down the Avengers Tower because it is shaped perfectly like a skate ramp. And then you've got Dr. Eric Selvig up here with the portal device. So that's pretty much all around there. We also have Avengers Infinity War happening here with Thanos' creepy six-armed soldiers from the big war in Wakanda has now been transported here. We've got Chainsaw Man jumping on top of a burger van. That was a figure that I got at Comic-Con. It's not real Lego, but it does look very cool. It's a custom. Very happy to have that in the city. So as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on in Marvel Street. We now have, I've put the Ninjago mech on top of the Sanctum. So he wasn't part of this universe. The Cole in this universe is actually in Gardens playing video games at the moment. So this mech has just sort of dropped in through time and space and some Marvel heroes have accidentally mistaken that for an attack. So War Machine and Iron Man are just sort of flying past it and going to dodge it. But we've got Moon Knight up here at the top. You've got Daredevil on the leg, and then you've got Punisher around the back, are all attacking a Ninjago mech because they are not quite sure why it's there. We'll cross the street momentarily before I go round to the other side. We will cross the street and have a look at the Ninjago side on this side. So over here we have two characters, Steve and Bob, from a stop motion series from about, I want to say 15 years ago now, called Bluntmation. Bob has something which has a skeleton head in a jar, and he is lost that jar, and he's following Steve around saying, "You got to help me find this jar. Where's my jar?" And Steve keeps telling him, "I don't know where your jar is," but Bob won't leave him alone. We've got Dash from Alpha Team up here. He is conducting an operation where they are spying on Blacktron. Blacktron work for Bob. Alpha Team are kind of on to him. They're the first to sort of be suspect of him, and so they are investigating. And then we have Dareth coming out of the toilet after having a jolly old time with his wine glass and pastry. Don't know why he had them in the toilet, but he did. Down here we have Aaron is about to go into his house, and we have one of Chen's soldiers come back through time and is going to attack him. Over here we have Detective Zane. This is the Zane from this timeline investigating a book, and we have a delivery guy on his way to deliver something. In here you can't really see without taking off the roof. No, you can't really get in there. In there is Harley Quinn and the Joker. The Joker is performing karaoke in that karaoke diner place. And over here we have, I think that's Nara and Lloyd chasing after Misdemeanor, who is trying to escape from them. Up here we have Sora. She's just having some noodles, chatting to this candy lady. Down here we have a police officer. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll pop it on the screen from this set. Also going to help with misdemeanor, as well as another police officer back there radioing for backup. A couple of people observing, someone from the Western theme. I think that's Ryu from Exoforce. Then you've got one of the cowboys from the Western theme, one of the knights from, I think, Knights Kingdom 2, and then a couple of random minifigures. Across the way, we have a Kai and a Zane from a different timeline who are running in. They've sort of popped in and just seen Misdemeanor and gone, well, we know she's bad, and we're going to run in and help them out. Although they are questioning why Lloyd and Nara look different. Here we have, what is his name? Mr. Zorb, something. The guy who owns the corporation that is this shop here for this set. He's on his way to work. Over here, Kevin Feige is watching all of the Marvel stuff unfold. I don't think this Kevin Feige has realized that he's in the actual Marvel universe and not in some weird, crazy filming set. And over here, you have this girl who's obsessed with Lloyd is calling up to that Lloyd up there. So I'm just going to cut and swap around to the other side so we can get the details over there. Right, so now we are on the other side. We can more clearly see the mech as Daredevil, Punisher, and Moon Knight all misunderstand and jump in to attack. We've got Wanda here across the street from Agatha. They're having their deadly duel from the end of WandaVision. Down here we have Zombie Strange fighting Wanda. You have one of Bob's men sneaking into the Sanctum. Very cheeky. And then you've got Mr. Knight here and Spider-Pig. Spider-Ham, sorry. Then you've got Mordo and Evil Strange, I think, is that one. And just fighting in the street. Here we've also got Deadpool and Wolverine. They have randomly jumped here through their, universe hopping, timeline hopping. In Deadpool and Wolverine, they've ended up here. Deadpool is looking up to me, the builder, and asking what the hell's going on. how did they get here, and who the hell is that guy? That is Chen. You can sort of see there. Chen has reappeared and is gone instantly into battle with Wolverine because he's not entirely sure what's going on either. Over here we have Hawkeye, Kate Bishop saving the dog from the taxi, and Spider-Man on his little bike. We've got the Hulk here, about to punch a Leviathan, and there's a nice shot of that from this angle. You can see Hulk is about to punch the Leviathan or Space Whale, as in the first Avengers movie. Then what else we've got going down here? We've got Spider-Man swinging into action. We've got Falcon as Captain America, flying through the sky. Over here we've got Zane running in to stop. I want to say his name is Mr. Clockwork or Dr. Clockwork or something. Not sure. Again, I'll put it on the screen. And you've got this timeline's version of Kai and Zane. The Detective Zane is the anomaly, actually. So now I think about it, sorry. Oh, no, wait, no. This one's the anomaly. And this one is also an anomaly because that Kai is in his... this timeline's Kai is in his workshop making a sword down there. So yeah, sorry, this is an extra one, as is this Sensei Wu and this Lloyd jumping into action. He's going after the getaway driver. On the back here, we have Dr. Professor Lightning. I know he's known by some other names, but I like Lightning. It goes with Johnny Thunder quite well. And Mike, they've just exited a store after inquiring about some artifacts. These two kids are characters that my girlfriend made. They have just stolen 2 swords from this shop and are trying to get away. There's one, and then the other one is her friend. Can I get in there? Where is he? There he is, this little alien kid wearing a bunny costume. These were made on the Lego minifigure pick-a-brick wall thing. Over here we have the cool robot from the set doing some cleanup, and a dude just going about his daily business. And we have this mech here on the corner. And going around here, we have another member of Alpha Team. I think this is Cam. She's spying on some of Bob's soldiers across the street who are investigating the anomaly with John Wick. And then also on this side, you have a guy who's bought an ice cream, and a kid, and a dog. Go down a level, and we've got a kid being taken by a xenomorph. Very terrifying stuff. And then down on the lowest level, we have Darth Dave, which is Bob's Sith henchman, is taking out the Cedric's bulls as they were plotting to attack King Leo, who is on his way to a meeting with Bob. And Bob values him as an ally because he has a lot of influence in the castle world. Also on the bottom, we have Johnny Thunder talking to, I think it's Chase Powers, I think is his name. He wants to go on an expedition to the original Lion Knights castle, which is actually in ruins. The original Lion Knights, the very first Lion Knights, they don't exist anymore. They were wiped out, and now their castle is in ruins, and Johnny Thunder wants to lead an expedition to investigate it because he thinks it has something to do with all of the Chaos Time shenanigans. I did keep the storyline in here where Jay is trying to get the courage to bring Nia some flowers, but that's... Oops, I've just knocked over a character. It's just Agatha. I'll put her back in a little bit. Over here, we've got a guy walking down the street. We've got King Kahuka from the Islanders in the pirate theme. Is not meant to be in the city. He refused the Treaty of Bob many years ago, so he's not actually supposed to be here. So he's being arrested by some Blacktron soldiers. And then we've also got a film crew at the end of the set, end of the street, from the studio's theme, filming Hulk about to take on the Leviathan. That pretty much covers all of the details on this street, Marvel Street. So moving to the long street down, we've got a Cosworth here, which has the Ghost in it. He's a getaway driver and the father of my character, and he's actually working with Mr. Beaner right now, but he's about to be distracted when he sees my character in a second. We've got King Leo going down the street there. We've got an Octan truck. We've got a alien tourist down there. Very cool little minifigure. I might move him because he's not actually able to take a picture of anything because of the big truck in front of him. And then we've got an Exoforce character there as well. Some Galaxy Patrol down the end, another division that Bob controls. Here on the street, we've got one of our old Lego race. I can't remember. I think it's Stunt Rally was the game that these characters were in. But there was also a theme involving. It was Lego, one of the Lego racing themes, the old ones. Here we have our Super Sentai soldier fighting our alien soldier. A rock monster who's popped out of the ground being attacked by the construction workers, and one of the rock raiders. Over here we have my character, who was stuck in the Star Wars universe for a long time, and so he's a sort of hybrid between a Sith and a Jedi, a grey Jedi, if you will, fighting someone who was his friend, someone I need to get a new cape, but this is the only purple cape I have that isn't being used by a different minifigure, so I need to get another new cape, purple cape for him, but this fight, they'll eventually realize, wait, what's going on? Where are we? We're not in, the Star Wars universe anymore. He's never been out of the Star Wars universe, so he's going to be hella confused. But yeah, so that's them two. Coming back to the road, we've got Rocket Racer racing down the street on his motorcycle. A police officer who was responding to the rock monster is now responding to the X Mansion. This lady here is also trying to help out with the rock monster, and we've got Tony Stark driving back with the plans for the Stark Expo, Stark World, from the second Iron Man film, and then Ghost Rider's car as well. Over here, we now have the X Mansion here, which I got for Christmas. We've now got that built and installed here. So start at the very top. We've got Magneto here, floating above. He's just flung all of this metal at Jean Grey, who has blocked it. And on this side, we've got Storm flying up to attack him as well. Down here, you've got Cyclops is actually firing up at Magneto. The rest of the X-Men are dealing with this Sentinel. So you've got Charles Xavier trying to hold it in place with his mind. You've got Rogue about to jump in and punch it, probably call him Sugar on the way. And then we've got Bishop down here, who's firing at the Sentinel. I've created this scene with Wolverine, where he's hit the front brakes on his motorcycle to fling himself forwards at the Sentinel. Iceman's down here about to freeze him, and then Gambit I've put in this cool pose as he's thrown the cards into the Sentinel's face. I'm really happy with the way that particular placement has worked out. Behind it, you can see we've got the X-Jet. I don't know if you can see in there, we have got Beast and another copy of Rogue. So these guys were the original X-Men of this universe, and they were just about to take off to chase this Magneto over here, when they've looked out the window and seen, is that another Magneto? So they're a bit confused by that at the moment. Then coming down the street a little bit more, we have Shadow the Hedgehog, we have a Minion car, we have our Ferrari F40, we have a couple more taxis, and then the Nexo Gate. And we do have also the Despicable Me house here. It does look good, very good from the other side, but this is all of the smaller details. We've got Minion painting banana, we've got tree house for the girls, we've got the baby, girls are dotted around. You've got Mega Minion, I think that's Tim with the stretchy arms grabbing an axe. Why he's grabbing an axe I'll explain in a moment. And then I think this is Mel jumping down, Dave and Jerry. So basically this Nexo Knights castle, which is a MOC, it's one that I'm very, very happy with. It's not quite finished. I do want to add one more room to the top layer, but they are currently under attack from lava monsters. The minions have just popped into this world, and the Mega Minions have instantly decided there's some people in trouble. Sorry, Mega Minions. Did I say Mega Minions? Mega Minions have decided these guys need help, and they're marching straight off into battle. Well, sorry, that's Tim, AVL Tim. He's got his back turned, so they're marching off, Gru is shouting after them that they don't even know what's going on. They don't know where they are. There's a party that from the end of Despicable Me 4, I think it was in, that is currently happening. And then we have a couple of other people on this street. We have another Alpha team member. He's watching the Black Falcons because they also work for Bob, because most people do. Normal guy walking down the street. And then over here, this character, if I can get my phone low enough, not quite. That character there is Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. He's decided that there's too much chaos going on and he's getting out of this city. Next to this, we have this is the prototype for the Iron Man armory. And this is Bob's office, is the first mock that I built. I built 2 mocks over the Christmas period. This is one of them. As I said, I will go into further detail on it when I get in another video, but just have a quick look inside. You've got a reception area and a lift so far, but there will be multiple stories. This is going to be a skyscraper. Just need to source a few more pieces. Over here we have the entrance to the city, the Nexo Knights Gate. This was the first mock that I added to the city a fair bit a while ago now. It's made out of 2 of the Fortrex sets, as well as some quite a bit of additional pieces to finish it off. We have Magneto, the original Magneto of this universe, flying away. There's the X-Jet taking off to chase after him. The Nexo Knights are one of the few themes that, as of yet, have not had time doubles come through. So there's only one of each of the Nexo Knights in the city. So you've got who was this? It's the one I can't remember. I'll pop his name up on the screen. He's fighting a lava monster. You've got I think it's Axel over here. You've got a couple of normal soldiers on top as they're being attacked from down there, and a guy scaling the wall there. And another one here. We've got our mini lava monsters here. They're being mowed down by Aaron in his motorbike. And that is the inside. You can sort of see the walkway that goes across. This is going to have some side modules as well to really complete the castle. But I do feel like you get a very nice view of the city from down here. It's a little overexposed because it's exposing for the let me see if I can manually take control. There we go. So you can see in here now through there you just get this nice sort of framing of the city. You can see the Avengers Tower, the mech down there at the end. You know, if you look to the left, you can see the X Mansion. You look to the right, you can see Bob's office. It's one of my favorite views of the city down here. Next to that, we have a small little Jurassic Park display. I am planning on making sort of like a mini test jungle area because I want to make a big Jurassic Park one day. Behind that, we have the Ghostbusters car, which will be included. I'm planning on building the Ghostbusters firehouse. So put that in there. I think I've just knocked Magneto off. Here is the start of the information center from Lego Island. I'm sorry about the birds. They have just randomly gone very crazy. This is the information center from Lego Island. It didn't get finished because I found out that the window that I ordered is actually a very rare window, blue with blue glass. It's actually quite hard to come by and is very expensive. Hard to find sellers with bulk quantities of it as well. Here we have a recycling truck, and yes, I did knock over Magneto. I'll put him back in a bit because some of his pieces have fallen off. Here is the second mock that I built. So this is Magisto's Magical Workhouse, the GWP from last year. And I just had a vision in my head that I wanted to sort of have this set displayed in the city like nicely. So I thought I'll take my first crack at landscaping. I've never done landscaping before with Lego, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I wanted to give it a sort of like a basement, like a secret workshop type basement. So that is actually in here. So let's get a little bit of light in here. So on this side, we've got just some potions. I've included the D&D minifigures until I can get a few more Lego themed wizards. I do want to keep Tasha in there, but I'd probably replace the gift with maybe Willow the Witch. You've got some books back there, the cauldron at the front, the door which leads further down into the dungeons, to the deeper levels. We've got our tiefling sorceress here with her little dragon, skeleton in the back, and some more things on the shelves. Some shields over there. There's a chest full of gems, little skeleton. And I'm really happy with the way that this has turned out. The floor, I think, looks really nice, but not to spend too long on it. We've got this nice tree out the front, a path leading up, and then one of the dragon knights reporting to Magisto. Overall, I think I've never really done landscaping before, and this is the second mock. The third mock I've built this year, like base plate based mock, and I haven't really built mocks in a very, very long time. So this is kind of me stretching my creative legs, if you will, and practicing some of the things that will be used in bigger things in the city. So this is just a little test for landscaping and building something sort of medieval and castle themed. So that's Magisto's workshop. Over here, I filled in this base plate, made it a Mills plate, and just threw in some details here. I threw in the Christmas market because just around Christmas time, I got it for Christmas, but put it up at Christmas. That will be taken out of the city soon, as it is now the new year. We've got some kid meet and Santa, that will also go. The thing that will stay, however, is the gaming truck. We've got a little bit of a crowd here come to view the match. We've got the CMF champion figure here who is meeting a fan. And then I've put the bins for the recycling truck here as well. And then this is the X-Jet, which I've put hovering above what will be a basketball court. This will be a basketball court one day. So it's sort of going to be like this has just opened up. The X-Jet has flown out. It's just about to take off, and the basketball court's closed back up again. And then one day I want to build a little underneath section down here, with put a table under there, bridge the gap, and have the X-Jet hangar. And then maybe under this street here, on the same table, have the sewers for the Ninja Turtles, which I think will be awesome. That is pretty much the entire city. We do have this ship up here as well, and just sort of viewing these things from this side. So the Mega Minions are running in to help with the battle. There's the Despicable Me house, which I think looks very, very nice. Do want to make that into a full building. And there's Bob's headquarters from the front with an ice planet astronaut leaving with their little penguin friend. I do love that little penguin figure. Very one of my favorite CMFs actually is that figure there. But that's pretty much the whole city. I hope you've enjoyed going through all of the details. Thank you for sticking with me this long. If you're still watching, I very much appreciate you a lot. This has been a good year for me. Things are starting to slow down now because I'm making less money and things are becoming a bit more budget. That's why I've been making more mocks. I'm taking advantage of the pick-a-brick wall for the good value of parts, and then using my own inventory. I am now almost completely out of dark grey. That includes the old dark grey and the new dark bluish grey. I am almost completely out of most of the important building bricks, the 1x brick, the slopes, and the rest of it. I've used so many of them. But I'll see what else I can keep building. We'll see what else I can still get set-wise to improve the city, get more tables to make it bigger. But I am really happy with how much I've accomplished since March. Honestly, the difference between what I showed you earlier and now is absolutely insane to me. I have always wanted a display like this. I've always thought that I couldn't do it, but I just want to say for anyone out there who's probably in the same situation as me, where you don't have a lot of money to spend on Lego and you can't buy loads of things. It might take sacrifice. I've sacrificed a fair bit this year. I've made no savings, for example. I don't have any children either, which is a lot of money, which I don't have to spend. I don't have to worry about. I do have a lot of other bills though, but you can do it. If you just work at it slowly, one set at a time. Try and max out. Like, I had a lot of pieces already. I made my piece with using old grey in a lot of these places where you can kind of tell, but it's fine. I actually kind of like that there's a variance of grey, especially in like the rock work here, for example. Just do whatever you can. Small bits at a time. Start with one table. Start with one modular building. Buy a base plate. Take advantage of the pick a brick wall. It is really good value, especially if you want to mills plate things to go, because kids don't pick up the big plates. So you go there and there's usually loads of them. And I've picked up 4x4 green. I've picked up 4x6 dark bluish gray. I picked up some really big black plates as well. That's all really handy. Bricks that you can use for making road to mills plate your roads and things like that. Or you don't even have to mills plate. You can get good tiles on the pick a brick wall as well. Or use Bricklink if you can't get the pieces on the pick a brick wall. Just work at it slowly, and you will get somewhere that you are really proud of. Even if it's one table, and you pack it densely with as much detail and creative, you know, inspiration as you can, just do it. Go out and just start working on it. You might not have the space, you might not have the money. I don't have a lot of money. I do have a fair bit of space, but I'm sacrificing some out here because this isn't the best like temperature controlled garage. So they are sort of exposed to the cold out here. I don't know what long-term effects is that's going to have. I'm hoping to get the Lego out of here eventually, but you have to work with the space that you've got, right? So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I encourage every one of you to do. If you're watching this video and you don't have a city, but you really want to, start small, but just do it. Just if that's what's going to make you happy, just get all your Lego together, see what you can do. You'd be surprised at the kind of, like, I've seen some great builds of people where they've, condensed things down into like a 16 by 16 plate, and they've just made a really highly densely detailed stuff, and it's awesome. So whatever you want to build, whatever you want to do in 2025, go for it. I'm going to continue to try and build up this city to where I want it to be. I don't just want to have a city. I do want to have a castle area, an Animal Crossing area, a Jurassic Park, um, various, just everything. Lego sort of deserty area where I can have adventure and Fort Legorito and all kinds of stuff. That's the end goal. I don't think I'm going to reach that in 2025, but we can definitely make some steps towards it. And I'm excited to look back at this display and be able to go, this is what it looked like in 2024, and now, and get to the end of 2025, and maybe I'm taking a couple of steps back because I've added a couple of tables, and there's even more stuff to go through, and I might hoping that once I get enough, I'm going to actually advance the story. So a lot of these minifigures will move, and they'll move in a way where we're continuing the stories that are going on, and how they change. Like, how do the movie characters react once they realize they're no longer in their movie? Like, how does Loki react when he suddenly realizes he's not in Avengers anymore, and there are loads of super powered evil villains around him and heroes? There's copies of the, there's multiple Iron Men around, and multiple Spider-Men around. It's how do they react to that? I look forward to developing the story further in the world. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. Happy New Year again, and yeah, let's see what we can all do in 2025. So for now, stay cool, keep building, and I'll see you next time.